Have been a little fortunate to escape with a win yesterday against India. We won the match 1-0, but the Indians had the ball in the net on no less than 4 occasions, only to have all of them disallowed. We pick up the first half action, your commentators David Christensen and Richard Agus.
So it's Australia to get us underway in this very important game for the Australians. Graham Reid starting at inside left in place of the injured David Wansborough. And India, despite not being a power in world hockey at the moment, Richard Agus, still a threat tonight.
Yes, they are, and like every game that's been played here at the Dharaj Stadium, it still has to be won. On paper, you'd have to go for the Australians, but of course they've got a problem. David Wansborough's broken his thumb on his left hand. He's not in the starting lineup, which means Graham Reid's come in. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they've lost anything, because Graham Reid played in the Seoul Olympics, a very experienced campaigner who played inside left.
So Jagbeer, this man is India's key striker, and also quite a playmaker. Shakeel. Joe Stacey hassling him. This is Graham Reid. Outside the Paul Lewis, who's been one of Australia's most consistent players. In goes the cross. Davies just couldn't quite control it. See some of those great Indian stick skills. There should have been a third man obstruction there. That was let go. And that was D'Souza, Darryl D'Souza. Target. Sweeper fullback and also the penalty corner hitter. Freed at right half.
Third man obstruction. Yes, Target's a very important player in their team. Not only is he the captain and the penalty corner hitter, he's got very good stick skills, plus becomes a playmaker.
Mike York. Ashley Carey, who without any doubt was Australia's best player in their last game, Richard.
No doubt about that. Dean Evans, Bottomede.
Bottomede, there has been a question mark over his shoulder, but he seems to have come through pretty well so far. Joe Stacey just conceding the free hit to Lacra. Some cheering going on in the background for nothing at all to do with the hockey. I will concentrate on that. Stacey with a chance to set something good up for Australia. Looks left to Lewis. A little bit of space to work in. Reid in support on his left. Hassled by Harpreet. Works inside him. Gets a free hit just outside the circle.
Good play, Paul Lewis.
Let's see what the Australians can do from here. That's a penalty corner.
Yeah,
very good start. Our umpires tonight, Adriano De Vecchi of Italy, who just signalled that penalty corner, and Jose Gortaza, who you may be able to guess is from Spain. So Warren Birmingham, the Australian captain, steps up to push out the penalty corner. It'll be Ken Walk to take the hit, and Dean Evans doing the stopping at the top of the circle. 5 Indian defenders behind the line, charging out.
Yes!
That's the alternative, the variation to Jay Stacey, and what a great start for the Australians. 3 minutes into this game, Jay Stacey puts Australia a goal up in a very simple but very successful penalty corner variation.
Yes, the number of goals that have been scored on the penalty corner flick rather than the hit on this tournament has just been phenomenal. And there's another flick that we saw, went low. As you saw on the replay, goes low past the goalkeeper's right-hand side.
So a great start to Australia from Jay Stacey. A little roll up by Dean Evans on the penalty corner variation, and Stacey puts Australia 1 up in the 4th minute of the first half. India now on the counter attack. They'll be stung by that goal, Richard.
Yes, they will be, and they've tried very hard in this competition, but a lot of things just haven't gone right for them. And talking to their coach after the game against Great Britain, he was really suicidal. He just couldn't believe they played so poorly here after playing so well in Europe.
Carl Crashman, he's been around for a while, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's very disappointed.
Shakeel for India. Bottomede,
well, that's
letting him know that he's there. I would have thought so. However, Pillay, very clever stick skills from Pillay, but he's conceded the free hit. Australia will get away with a 16-yard hit.
Quite lucky, I would have thought.
York and Walk combining. Walk it is who cracks it out, but no further than Lacra. It's Nandanuri. He's got some pace, but so has Ashley Carey. The angled pass across. Trouble for Australia. Deletty's on top of the ball. Play on, calls the umpire. Well done, Damon Deletty.
Well done, Dean Evans, clearing behind the keeper. Oh, that was danger.
Could so easily have been a penalty stroke there.
Anything.
So that angled cross from Nandanuri, who got around the back of Carey on that occasion. That's Shaquille, number 6 in picture.
Well, just got behind Deletty. Deletty has played superbly in this competition. Here it is here. Oh, the deflection by Dean Evans. Well, in fact, there's a stick check on the centre forward from India.
Jack Beer, as I said, I thought it might well have been a penalty stroke. So
you're right, Dave.
The Australians very lucky to get out of that one. And down injured is Pillay.
Yes, they were very unfortunate because the goalkeeper was actually stick checking Isabel Christian Singh, attending to something at the moment, but he would be disturbed by that. The Australian Kookaburra hockey ball that's used in this competition.
So break for everybody. It has been extremely hot out here all day today, but conditions now are somewhat more pleasant. Richard?
Yes, they're beautiful for hockey and a little bit of breeze. Temperatures in their mid-20s. Australia, it's a very important game for Australia. They got off to a flying start, although they're a little unfortunate on that decision in the circle. But you do need a little luck in this competition.
So Pillay is up and about, and play is about to restart. We're 5 minutes into the first half. Australia leading 1-0, thanks to Jay Stacey's penalty corner variation flick. This is York. Reid is possessed by Sebastan. Preet sends it forward again for Nandanuri. Again that cross in, but no angle on that one. Australians almost made a mess of it. Bottomede harassed by Shaquille.
I think you were kind, David. They did make a mess of it. They got out of trouble again.
So they need to be a little tighter and certainly more composed at the back.
They certainly do. And as I speak, it's obvious that Warren Birmingham, the captain, is being marked very closely by D'Souza. The moves between inside right and marking Birmingham in a man-to-man situation.
Well, the one joy about that is that if he can get Birmingham away, he's eliminated one man already. Birmingham's just eliminated himself. Here's Jugbeer. In support is Pillay, showing no signs of the foot injury. A fairly poor attempt on goal, though, and allowed to pass over the back line by Deletty.
It's a very poor play by the Australian, not only forwards, but the midfielders.
It's almost a... I'm going to say a lackadaisical approach at some stages.
Yeah, it's just a little careless, I think is the word.
Let's see if they can improve it from here. As critical as we may sound, Australia is a goal up. Nandanuri.
Australia a 1-0 lead over India, and Richard Agus mentioned that if Australia is to go on and finally break through and win the men's hockey tournament, they need a lot of luck, and they certainly got that in the second half.
So the second half about to get underway with Australia leading 1-0. And it's India who start the second term. Stacey. Walk. No changes in the Australian camp, Richard Agus?
No, can't see any, but I'm sure there's plenty of things said at half-time, because you have to say the score is 1-0 for Australia, but they've been lucky, and they've got a lot of work to do before they get out of this. This is a crucial time in the Australian team chances of winning a medal at these Olympics.
Shaquille. Jugbeer. The central striker way over on the left-hand side. Jugbeer again, works his way inside. Has he won the free hit? Yes, he has. Taken quickly, and that's deflected off an Australian stick. And a corner for India. So Australia under immediate pressure in this second half, first minute of the second half. And India showed during the latter stages of the first half that they're certainly not afraid to throw everything into attack, which can leave you exposed at the back. Just hasn't been exploited yet by the Australians. Davies, good pass to Stacey. Outside again is Bottomede. Hasn't had a great night by his own standards so far. Can he improve on that? Not just this time.
Keeps trying to take him on the inside, and I believe he'd be better served trying to jink the ball past him on the outside.
India up in attack again. battered out by Carey. He suffered a hand injury in the first half, but seems to have recovered from that. Sebastan. Lakra. Well applied to Shaquille. Good skills, good running. Takes on Walk. That's a tough assignment. And off Walk's stick for a corner to India.
It's just as well Ken Walk's playing in this game. He's had to make so many tackles in defence.
Taken quickly. Oh, good work. Great shot on the turn. But it went wide. That was Nandanuri, who has been playing on the right wing. Found himself in a very useful position to inside left for that one, though.
He's hit the ball beautifully. It just happened to go wide. Hargit Singh, sleeper fullback for India, with a licence to roam. Harpreet to Sousa, back to Harpreet. He'll have to go inside. He goes to Sebastan. He spent half the game marking Birmingham. Good interception by Reid. Screams up in support alongside of Lewis. 3-on-3 if they get there fast enough. Pass left a bit to be desired. And it was tossed through by Stephen Davies, rather. Looked better. There was a lot of hard running off the ball. That was a good sign.
Sukhjit Singh. Sukhjit. Harpreet. D'Souza, checked by Carey, and Carey has had a green card.
Unbelievable decision. He sent him off.
But he has had a green card. So Ashley Carey a bit bemused and fairly heavily bandaged too from that injury. So he will be off under temporary suspension. That means at least 5 minutes.
Dean Evans has come across the left half. Jay Stacey the right half. And Australia's problems are just being compounded.
So India on the attack again. Shaquille cracks it across, but
in the air.
some work being done off the ball as well.
That's not very well. That's Balkrishnan Singh. Balkrishnan Singh is the coach of the Indian team.
Ken Walk. Michael York now. Australia with some work to do. Reid, Birmingham.
Stacey's outside him.
Forward is Brodemede and Davies. He looked through for Lewis, who's made a good run from inside left. Still there, Paul Lewis, working for the penalty corner, but very, very well tackled by Hargit Singh.
What a great piece of tackling.
As clean as a whistle, and that's not easy to do.
It's not.
Lewis cracks it in. Balal kicks it out rather carelessly.
Yes, almost could have been deliberately over the back line.
So a corner to Australia. A man down in attack at the moment. Stacey. No foot there. Shaquille. I suppose if you're going to get to dangerous.
He does that all the time. He likes to drag the ball in reverse and reverse scoop it. Hard skill.
Davies. Reid. Still going. Free hit just outside the circle, Australia.
I blew the whistle too early.
Stacey. Now, a chance for Dean Evans from left half. Well saved by Balal.
Dean Evans wouldn't be the hardest hitter in the world. He needs to get onto that really well. It's good to see the Australians showing the enthusiasm and the running necessary to get back on top in this game. They're still leading 1-0, but it's the way they're playing that's causing all the concern on the bench.
That ball lifted, which is why India has the free hit.
Of course, the loss of David Wanderer with a broken thumb's not helping.
No, but we do suspect he'll be right for the game against Great Britain on Monday. At least that's the hope. The fervent hope of all Australian fans. Mistrapped by York. Well done. Back to Walk. Great understanding between those two.
Just as well.
Evans. Reid. Nothing in the middle for Australia at the moment. Reid has to go alone. Dispossessed by Nandanuri, but unfairly.
And that's exactly the same type of tackle as Dean Evans, as Ashley Carey got sent off for.
Well, now he's going to get a card as well. He's not keen on going over to the umpire. Can't say as I blame him, but that's his first tackle as far as umpire Becky is concerned. And a green card for Nandanuri, Mukesh Nandanuri. It follows that his next will be a side. Graham Reid.
It's a good move. It's unfortunate that the Indian players in defence have stepped up to cause Graham Reid offside position.
India trying to open up the game now. Just to their advantage, as they are a man up with Ashley Carey off the field under temporary suspension for Australia. Sebastar. Target. Toss over the top. Not from there. Charge down by Lewis. Good pressure. Sebastar working hard. Dispossessed by Lewis. By Reid, rather. Reid has Davies alongside him. Birmingham up in support. Lewis just
went for the hard option.
And Davies just getting a little mixed up with Sebastar.
More than anything, Australia needs a lot of cool heads on the field.
You wouldn't want to go two players. You wouldn't want to go two players down, would you?
No, would not. One already off, Ashley Carey. Paul Lewis just chose the most difficult option you could think of in that situation. They'd be far better off just holding the ball while they've got this extra man off the field, because they played quite well in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Now Pillay, danger man on the left wing for India. Ball taken away from him by Ken Warp and Joe Stacey.
Not 5 yards.
So free hit to Australia. Stacey, big hit. Unfortunately, it didn't achieve a great deal. The Indians just taking their time to build something.
Well done, Reid.
Yeah, it's a couple of those he's pulled out now. Lewis, Reid again, trying to work for the penalty corner. Target won't have a bar of that, though, and takes the free hit.
Target's in the top form. You need to poke the ball around Target. If you try to finesse him close to your feet, he's very good.
Shakeel has played very well at left half. Bottom lead, gets a foot in. Indian free hit. Away they go, taking their time though, India. Sebastar Jude. Stacey lets it go out. That's an Australian push-in, taken quickly. Birmingham finds himself with some space for the first time tonight. Reid running in space as well. Good move past Sukhjit. Still got control, Graham Reid. Can he chip the goalkeeper? No, but it's a corner for Australia. That's a good move.
It was a good move, and it's the first piece of open play that Graham Reid's been involved in for a while, using some of his experience. Played in the Seoul Olympics.
Davies for the angled cross. Short ball to Evans, give and go. Now, can he work the penalty corner? No. Away come India through Sukhjit. Rolls it off to the left-hand side. Sebastar and Pillay. Still with India. Jagbeer. Castled by Warp. There was a push somewhere off the ball and an Indian free hit. Jagbeer again. Going to go all the way by himself if he can. Penalty corner.
Yes, as soon as you start making tackles on Jagbeer Singh in and near the edge of the circle, you're going to be in big trouble.
He's been threatening it all night, hasn't he?
Yes, he's played very well. Because Australia keep letting him get the ball and he starts getting into his momentum and he starts to run. Then we have to make the tackles in the bad area. There's no use looking at the umpire in this situation. The Indians are standing in peculiar positions around the circle's edge. Australia need to be aware for a variation.
Pushed off to Target, run down by Birmingham. But he's conceded another penalty corner, but it was very good running by Warren Birmingham.
It certainly was. Just unfortunate the ball didn't fall for him, because if it had fallen for him on the breakaway, Australia with 6 people on the centre line would have been away.
Now India have gone back to something a little more conventional, although there is still a man very close to the person pushing in. You see him just 5 yards away. They go up to Target though. Target's shot is too high. No goal. Must strike the backboard. Cannot be lifted above 18 inches to the first hit. A flick can, but not a hit.
Oh, very poor disposal by Jay Stacey. Not having a good night, and I fully expect him to be some changes made shortly, because there's a lot of players warming up on the Australian bench. It's only going to be a question of who comes on.
India in trouble. Out comes War. Gets the ball back to Reid. As Lewis outside on the left. Goes back instead to Birmingham. Touches it on to Evans. A couple of options for him now. One is at right half with Stacey. Tried for Davies, but never going to get there. So Sukhjit comes forward again. Down went War. And down went Sukhjit. He's not too happy about it. No, it's Walk for the tackle. Ken Walk being called across to the umpire. This couldn't be another yellow card, could it?
Anything could happen with these umpires.
Birmingham being waved away. And Ken Walk's off as well, so Australia are 2 down. He's called it a deliberate foul. Well, Ken Walk cannot believe it. So Australia down to 9 players for the time being, although you suspect that Carey should be coming back on fairly shortly. In fact, Carey's coming on now, so it's almost like a ridiculous interchange for Australia.
So Australia, having won their first 3 matches of the men's hockey tournament, now with their hands full in their 4th match, defending a 1-0 lead against India. We're at Barcelona for the games of the 25th Olympiad, and we're looking forward to a huge day in store for Australia. Back to the hockey, and Australia leads India 1-0. We pick up the closing stages of the match.
We'll have him line on the ground shortly.
It did work.
Exactly.
Sebastan.
Doesn't mean it was right.
Now, Sebastan tried to exploit the new interpretation of obstruction, but checked his body movement. It really does need to be a fluid move if you're going to turn around the ball. Here's Davies. Has Lewis behind him. Gets there quickly. Crack. Reid. Work the short corner. No. Tries to chip it in. It's hit a foot. That is a penalty corner. Well done, Possum Reid.
A very experienced player, Graham. Played the 1988 Olympics. Played inside left in most of the games. Hasn't been able to make the starting 11 here. But coming tonight because David Wander's broken thumb. Here's a chance for Australia to get that second goal. And the second goal here would be more than handy.
Certainly would. 6.5 minutes left to play in the second half. They just held up by the umpire, forcing all the Indians to get their feet and hockey sticks behind the line. Now Birmingham can push out. The Indians have broken. Just out of camera, range, you can see those 2 players who sprinted out before Birmingham had touched the ball. They must wait until the ball is in motion. And it goes now. There's the variation again. Stacey's hit, well saved by Bilal, and the Indians counter-attack. Now
there's trouble.
D'Souza on the right wing. Streaming down right of him was Nandanuri. He goes inside, though. Well, it gets them. No. The ball put up in the air by Ken Walk, who got back very quickly from that penalty corner situation. And Australia with 8 players back in defence, now 9. India still, though. Out come the Australians. Well worked. Well played. Lewis just goes for touch.
Too long to start playing for touch. Need to get hold of possess the ball.
Off Carey's stick. And hand bandage from an incident in the first half. Birmingham, stick check, and we'll get a free hit. York looking for options, finds one very close to him in Carey. And again, the Australians just cranking it up the field.
This is the problem they got into against Germany. Exactly the same thing, going left all the time. And Elmer comes. He's read it well.
He has now. What can he do one-on-one? He's looking for an option.
Inside right.
He's mishit it, but he may still get there. Out comes Bilal.
He'll make enough of it. But it's still an Australia ball. It's the most important thing.
Lewis will take the flag out and may be told to put it back in. You're not technically allowed to do that, even though it's impeding you. Sometimes I think that rule's a little ridiculous. Davies gets the cross in.
Beautiful cross.
Close to Elmer. Well, Elmer was there. Needed a dive. Perhaps it came a little quickly. Davies sprinting across to see if he can leave some use on the other side. An Indian ball. Time running out for India. Coming up to 31 minutes gone in a 35-minute second half. Good work, Birmingham. Evans. Close ball to Elmer. Has Stacey square. Made it tough for him. He can go back, though, and does to Walk. He can also go back. Australians conceding ground, but retaining possession, and that's the most important thing. There's a little bit of Germany and Holland about this piece of play.
Yeah, that's a very good piece of play, but there's nowhere to go up the front. The crowd are whistling, but that doesn't matter. Free hit to India, inside left. Free hit to India. Again, good stick work through the middle. Target overlapping.
They look good when he starts doing that, especially if they can get going on their right-hand side. Well done, Birmingham. Desperate dive. Stacey has Lewis to his left, pulls it back inside, gets the Indian foot and the free hit. Has Reid with him now. Birmingham coming up from behind, goes right to Davies. Evans on the overlap. Good move, Dean Evans. Can he cut inside? Yes, still has the ball. Good pass back to Stacey. Crack just over the top off an Indian stick. Good work to the Australian team. Excellent effort.
Probably the best piece of play for the whole half. Very good play, overlap by Dean Evans. Good shot to Stacey. But the Indian just got a stick. Deflected over the top.
Lewis needs to work penalty corner, a free hit. Can't do it. Goes the other way.
2.5 minutes to go. Can they hold out?
Big toss over the top. York, well played.
This is the man who's got them going. Evans at right half.
Davies couldn't control it. Sukhjit did. The Indians need to do something quickly now. Australia need to defend desperately. It'd be a tragedy to see a goal go in inside the last 2 minutes, which is what we're heading for now. India, the toss over the top, needs to be blocked out. This man is quick, but not quick enough on that occasion, Nandanori. This is not an easy situation to get out of for Australia, though, although they've been given some space and a bit of help.
Yes, it was quite a lucky one as the Indian goalkeeper, he realises the desperate situation. He's run across as the Australian bench anxiously looks on. The ball's still in play. Albert Elmer's going to intercept it again. It's a one-on-one.
This will take a big tackle from the Indians. Sukhjit Singh comes out again. Well, the Australians need to get back and defend this counter-attack. Pillay has been quiet in the last 10 minutes or so. What can he do now? Gone through all the way. Great stick skills. Ken Walk has conceded the penalty corner. Danger time for Australia. Great run by Pillay.
Certainly was. Great stick work. And that, as I said, if you allow him to run fast at you, he's a new player. The Australians haven't seen anything of him before. He's got very good skills. He's very fast. This is danger time.
Desperate straits for Australia now. They need to keep this out. This is a must-win game. Deletti and Carey perhaps kept it out. Corner. When I say must-win, it's not the end of the world, but we can probably see it from there if they draw or lose. That's lifted and will be an Australian relieving hit.
With 30 seconds to go, they're not going to be in any hurry at all. Good overhead, Carey. Chance for Lewis to make the intercept, but he'll run at him again.
Harpreet, good tackle from Reid, held them up, conceded the free, but held them up, and that's what mattered. Jagbeer, desperate times for India now. Pillay, the man who caused them so much problem a minute ago, that's hit the foot of Michael York, quickly taken by the Indians, but not in the right place. They've been penalised, and there's full time. So Australia has won this game by the narrowest of margins. A single goal to Jay Stacey 4 minutes into the game, and then some desperate defence. India unlucky perhaps. They hit the post once and had a couple of good attacks. But at the end of 70 minutes, Australia has won this game 1-0.
So Jay Stacey's penalty corner goal gives Australia a 1-0 win over India, and the Aussies remain undefeated in Group A. In other matches there, Germany had an 8-2 win over Egypt, and Great Britain, whom Australia plays next, defeated Argentina 2-1. And in Group B matches, Spain had a 4-0 win over the unified team.